He has truly taken over my life at this point. Hi, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. This is only my second video, but anyways, welcome. So, I may have mentioned in my first video, in my sort of vlog, that I have grown an obsession with Melbourne's newest icon, Pesto the Penguin. Yes, I did print out a gigantic picture of him to prove my point. And coming with that obsession and my ability to craft things came the thought of, what if I made my own pesto merch? Because I looked at the ones that the aquarium in Melbourne has. I was not impressed. So I decided I was going to crochet myself a life-size plushie of Pesto the Penguin. Preferably, I would finish this before he, lost all his baby feathers and, grew into his adult one. But that's not, that's the goal, but that's not a must. I just want to make sure this looks right. So, unfortunately, as I looked online, there was no faux yarn in this color. I don't know why, but this color is impossible to find. So I decided to instead get a lighter colored yarn and then some polyester dye and dye it myself. Okay, so for the fur, I went to Spotlight and got this ModaVera Otis Faux yarn, which is 100% polyester, and it comes in a variety of colors, but I got it in Sesame because I was hoping that the brown existing color would act as sort of an undertone to the brown, like the dark brown that I wanted to dye this. And to dye it, I bought, also at Spotlight, these two colors of Rit Dyemore synthetic dye. So the first one is in chocolate brown, and this is where we're gonna get the brown color. And then just to make it a little darker, because that is the color of Pesto's feathers, I also got some graphite, and we're gonna blend these to get the perfect color. I'm not very experienced in dyeing anything in general, let alone yarn, but I have 4 skeins of this yarn. And currently my plan is to just crochet it in Sesame first, and then once I was happy with the size and everything, I would dye it all together. That way this color stays uniform throughout and I don't have to dye individual skeins, which would be, to be honest, a huge pain. And for the rest of Pesto, as you can see, part of his head, like his beak and his feet, are not exactly furry. I love how I'm just using this piece of paper attached to my shirt as an example. So for that, I have this double knit yarn from the Makr brand in the color Marle Charcoal. I had this already in my stash because, as you can see, I have a lot of yarn that I need to get rid of, which is why I'm doing a lot of projects right now. But yeah, so this is gonna be for Pesto's beak and part of his head. I have some eyes in my stash of craft materials that we can use as well. So yes, that is the plan. So I'm going to start this project by taking this yarn and just starting up on his body, which, I don't know, should I make this a tutorial? Maybe. I feel like it's just going to be a video of me struggling to get this right. We'll see. So first thing I need to do to make Pesto's plush is because I'm making this life size, I need to figure out how big Pesto is. Because in the pictures, he looked like he could be a small cuddly penguin, right? But if I'm gonna make this accurate, I gotta make it accurate. So let's see, Pesto, oh, the penguin. Don't you just love how it shows up as purple? Because I've Googled Pesto too many times. Pesto the penguin size.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
He's what? 90. Pesto is 90 centimeters? Pesto's... This ruler... Pesto's larger... Pesto's 3 times the size of this ruler. Wait! Oh god, now I'm worried I don't have enough yarn. I bought 4 skeins of that faux fur yarn. Now I'm not sure I have enough. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I knew he was a big boy. I didn't realize he was this big. Were penguins originally that big? Oh god. Okay. So 90 centimeters is... Oh god, hold on. I have a measuring tape. Oh my god. He's so big. Wait, I don't think I can make this. I didn't realize he was gonna be this big. If I made it life size, I don't think they'll let me bring him into... I don't think they'll let me bring this plushie into the zoo to show Pesto. I feel like there's gonna be confusion and people are gonna think that I stole a penguin somehow. A dead penguin, because that plush is not gonna be moving. Oh my god. Can I make this? I really don't think I have enough yarn. I could maybe make half size. You know what? Maybe half size is enough. I'm not sure if this is a viable option. Are you telling me that if I went to the aquarium, Pesto's gonna be this big? There's no way. He's the size of my head to my legs. No, to my mid thigh. He is a big boy. How am I gonna crochet this within a week? I can't. I don't think I can. Okay, so the title of this video will now be changed to making a half-size Pesto the Penguin. Because there's no way I'm making a 90 centimeter long penguin plush just for a video and to take him to the zoo one time. I don't know, if someone, maybe once I'm done with it, if someone wants to buy it, I'll give it to them. But I think we're better off making him half his actual size. So, you know, like 45 centimeters seems reasonable. But you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to start on the Pesto plush, and if I have enough yarn to make it slightly taller, just as big as it can get without buying extra yarn, I'll go there. But yeah, I'm not making him 90 centimeters tall. It would take me forever, and by the time I finish that plush, Pesto will be all grown up, and he will no longer look like the fluffy boy he is. Which is still fine. I'm sure he's still beautiful as an adult penguin, but it's not the same, you know? It's not the goal of this video. The goal of this video is to show Pesto a version of himself made of yarn. I don't even know if they're gonna let me bring it into the aquarium, to be honest. Like, do they have rules against that? It's fine. I'll figure it out. But yes, so I'm just gonna start crocheting it and then see how big I can make it, and then whatever maximum height I can make it, that's it. I'm ending it there. We are not buying extra yarn. The whole point of these videos, of me crocheting and making videos out of them, is to hold me accountable so that I can get rid of my yarn. Okay, so immediately as I start, I'm having a crisis, because as soon as I get to row 3, the yarn doesn't pull anymore, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to roll this up into a proper cake for me to be able to do this smoothly. So, yeah, immediately right off the bat there, we've hit a snag, but it's okay. We'll work through this. Hopefully. I don't know how long it's been, but I finally untangled that entire skein and made it into a nice cake. Look at that cake. It's nice and fluffy. But I also got fluff flying everywhere. This is going to be one messy project. But now that I've got one skein rolled up, I'm wondering if I should just roll up all the other skeins so I don't have to deal with this again. And so today might just be me turning all those skeins into cakes for my future self's convenience. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna get much crocheting done because I also had to undo those 3 rows that I made earlier to, you know, roll this up properly. But I think, yeah, that might be like the better idea. Like I roll everything into cakes so that I don't have to deal with any tangling for the foreseeable future. And then maybe tomorrow I am going somewhere with my brother. Going to like a expo in the far areas of outer Melbourne. But it's gonna be a long car ride, and there's a car ride back as well. So I might be working on this in the car tomorrow, and ideally I would be able to finish this before the week is over, but we'll see how that turns out, because I have 2 online classes this week. Sorry, not next week, starting next week. Oh my god, my brain. Today's a Friday, so next week my classes start and I have work again. So I have work Tuesday and Wednesdays, and I have online class on Monday, and an in-person 4-hour class on Friday. So we'll see if I can finish it by the end of next week. I really hope I can, because that will, you know, the faster I finish this, the sooner I can see Pesto while he still has his baby feathers. Yeah. I just got back from my day out at the Insect Expo, and while I was on the drive there and on the drive back, I did quite a bit of crocheting, and so far this is what I've got done with Pesto's body. So I've got part of the bottom half done, and I think based on the fact that this is mostly just the first, like this area is just the first skein of yarn. I'm pretty sure with 4 skeins of yarn I could get him maybe this tall, and that would be, I think that's pretty ideal. Yeah, I think this tall is pretty good. And then attach the head and everything. I don't think I'm gonna do separate like flippers like with his wings, because I don't think that's necessary. We see him as a fluffy boy. He does not need to be a winged fluffy boy. Okay, penguins already can't fly. What's this one gonna do? Not fly more? That sounds mean. Anyways, I have to set up the stuff that I just bought at the Insect Expo, which will be in my vlog, my weekly vlog instead of my crochet vlogs. But after that, I think I'm gonna keep going with this. But for now, yeah, this is as much progress as I've gotten. I'm pretty sure based on this alone, I can probably get Pesto done by maybe middle of next week. But we'll see, Unfortunately, tickets to the aquarium are expensive. I'm pretty sure they're more expensive now that Pesto is popular. I will say though, I looked up online to see if anyone else, if Sea Life Aquarium has made any merch of Pesto, because I saw that Moo Dang has merch online. And Moo Dang's merch is adorable. And then I looked up Pesto's merch, and it's so disappointing. Like, they could do so much better. Hire whoever made Moo Dang's merch and have them make Pesto's merch, please. Because the Pesto merch that I saw online was just, it was just sad. It was sad. Good morning and happy Sunday. I have plans for lunch with a friend today. So right now it is 9:40 and I am hopefully going to be getting as much crocheting of Pesto's body as I can before I have to leave. I have to leave at like 11 because it's about a 45-minute drive there, and I'm taking Uber. So yeah, I'm gonna get as much of this done as possible. And then when I come home from that, I might work on it some more, but we'll see, because nothing I do ever really goes to plan. So this is how much I got done in the time that I was waiting before I had to leave. I think this chunk is what I did. And then I've gotten to a point where I think I'm gonna start doing a decrease, just because, well, a penguin's body isn't just like a sort of flat oval. It's more like a curved, like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna do one decrease and continuing single crocheting for a little bit, and then at one point, probably once I get up to here, I'm gonna do a little bit of decrease to round it out and finish Pesto's body. But I'm doing good progress, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish this before next week. So hopefully maybe Wednesday I'll be able to go to the aquarium and show Pesto his stuffed replica. That sounds really grim. But anyways, I gotta go to my friend's house now, so I'm gonna work on this when I get back. Alright, tiny update on the Pesto. I was wrong. I could get a little bit more work done, I think. So I finished my second skein of yarn, and now I've only got 2 left. Hopefully I won't run out of these yarn, because I really don't want to buy a 5th skein. Wish me luck. This is a new week of working on the Pesto plush. And since I got new stuffing, I stuffed it to the max. It's very round, as you can see. I kind of wish I could stuff the middle section a little bit more so it's like a little bit rounder, but I think this is okay. But I'm not gonna dye this whole thing with the filling inside. I'm just doing this so that I can sort of gauge the shape that I need to work on. And given that I'm at this point now, I think this is an appropriate time for me to start decreasing and closing this shape. So that's what I'm doing. It's not going to take me long because it's just going to be a couple of decreases, so it's going to round out. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm excited to be done with this because I really want to just go see Pesto. I'm determined not to see him until I finish this and I can bring it to him, because reasons, I don't know. I don't have to justify myself, do I? Couple minutes later, as you can see, I've decreased to the point where it's just like 2 more decreases maybe, and I forgot what it's called. When you slip stitch the rest of the thread through and just pull tight. Anyways, so I'm this close. I need the hole to stay open so I can take out the stuffing, which I realize is gonna be a real pain because there's a lot of stuffing and the hole is this big. My hand is barely fitting in. Anyways, I'm gonna take that out, and then currently I'm wondering if I should, hold on, I'll just adjust the angle. Yeah. Currently I'm wondering if, because Pesto's head, the back of it is furry, but his face and his beak are not. Because penguins need to have dry faces so that the salt doesn't stick, like water doesn't stick and, you know, make it impossible for them to clean their face. But the thing is, if I make the back of Pesto's head, I'm gonna have to connect it to the face first, and I'm not sure if it will withstand the dye, because I do need to dye that yarn as well. So currently the question is, do I crochet the head first and then dye it alongside the body, or do I dye like this bunch of yarn with this body and just hope that it's enough for the head. It should be enough for the head. I mean, Pesto's head's not that big. Probably. So yeah, actually I have to do I have to leave a long tail for the remainder of this body, and then I'm just gonna snip, and then this gets dyed at the same time but separately, if that makes sense. But yeah, as it turns out, I have quite a bit of yarn left. I'm wondering if I should do Pesto's flippers, arms, wings. I'm not sure. I kind of prefer it without wings, but should I go for accuracy or should I just go for vibes? We'll see. I don't know. Someone tell me why I woke up this morning and found out that Pesto's getting his white feathers in. This is what I get for procrastinating dyeing all that, because I'm scared I'm gonna make the wrong color and then I have to redo it and buy more yarn. Okay, but this means that I actually have to do it today. I really have to. Okay. Oh, I'm scared. I'm gonna go back at the Rit Dye website and check the instructions one more time. I don't want to get this wrong. I'm scared. Yeah. Okay. Gotta get it done. The dye bath's going. It's on a low simmer right now, according to instructions, and I'm going to stick this in now. I really hope this doesn't turn out looking really ugly. I don't want to redo this with new yarn that I have to buy more of. Ah. Oh gosh, this is making me really nervous. I really hope, I know it's like when it's wet, it's gonna look darker than it actually is. I just really hope it's not actually this dark. I can't tell what color this is anymore. I'm scared. Alright, so this is what it looks like after I've dyed it and then rinsed it till the water ran clear. It looks okay now. I think this is the right color, but to be fair, I know that this looks darker because it's wet. I might wait until this dries out and then see what the color looks like before I decide whether or not I want to dye it a second round with just the brown, because this feels like really gray. Like it's like very muted brown. It's definitely darker than it was before, but it's very muted, and I kind of wanted something a little bit more vibrant. So if this turns out not quite as brown as I'd like, I'll dye it a second time, but just with the brown and not a mixture of the chocolate brown and graphite Rit Dyemore. Okay. Yeah. But also, the head that I made unraveled a little bit, so that definitely needs to be redone and re-dyed because it's a bit patchy. Yeah. Anyways, I gotta wait for that to dry before I can figure out what else to do. It is 7 p.m. at night. I just made myself a grilled cheese, but on the pesto update, I decided that this is not brown enough. It's dark, sure, darker than it was before, but I want it to be a more like vibrant brown. I'm not sure if Pesto's fur color, I don't know, is it fur or feathers, is a dark color and like a reddish brown because of the lighting that's in the aquarium or not. But I figure, to be on the safe side, I'll just make it more brown. Like, if this is, I'm pretty sure the graphite color that I used has given it this like muted grayish color already. So I'm not worried about how dark it's gonna get. But this is muted enough. I would rather it just be more brown, because right now it's looking more like a gray on camera. So yeah, just a little bit more vibrancy. So I've got the pot boiling again, and I'm gonna wait until it's boiled before I put in the leftover dye that I have in chocolate brown, and hopefully it gets more brown. Yeah. Okay, the lighting's terrible as usual, but don't mind that. I gave up on waiting for it to air dry, and I just shoved it in the dryer on a lower temperature, and it's done! Okay, the color is perfect, first of all, and now all I have to do is stuff and assemble it. Anyways, I'm gonna find a day to go see Pesto before he's finished molting. I can't believe he's almost a grown-up. That's crazy. Like, I delayed making this so long because I was scared of the dyeing process that he's molting his grown-up feathers. Oh. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna stuff this now. I'm about to assemble, like, his head and everything, but just before that, I wanted to show just how rotund it is. And this yarn is so soft. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it after, to be honest. I mean, here's the thing. I make plushies, but I don't keep them, if that makes sense, because I don't really have space for plushies. Like, I'm the kind of person who looks at Squishmallows and thinks, oh, I want one. But I'll never buy it because the logical part of my brain is telling me I don't need it and I definitely don't have space for it. And that if I start buying it, it'll just become another addiction of mine. Like my yarn addiction and my book addiction. So, I don't know. I feel like once I'm done making the content with this, I might just leave it at my place for a little bit and then see what I can do with it. Like, I might give it to someone who's a bigger Pesto fan than I am, or maybe when I'm doing another placement, I might give it to the early childhood center that I'm working at, or, you know, we'll see. But yeah, more than likely, I still have no idea. You know what? Here's the thing. If I go to the aquarium and a child takes notice of this, or like anyone in general takes notice of this and asks where I got it, I don't know. I'm just gonna give it to them. Maybe that's a bad idea. I did spend a lot of money on this. Maybe I'll ask them to, I'll sell it to them. Is that allowed? Am I allowed to sell my own handmade mudang, what am I saying? Pesto merch. Am I allowed to sell my own handmade Pesto merch in a aquarium that sells actual Pesto merch? Will I get sent to jail for it? I have no idea. Someone tell me. Anyways, I've got the back part of his head here, and the front part is over here, and let's assemble. I assembled his head. The beak looks a bit off, and I think the fur, I might comb it and trim it a little bit just so that it looks a little bit more rounded instead of looking like a men's haircut, but other than that, he's done. Sort of. I'm definitely not giving him wings, but I'm contemplating if I want to give him little feet, like little waddly feet. But yeah. I think it's not ideal. Like, I feel like I could have done better with the face, but I think it's good enough. And I got the right color of yarn, which I'm happy about. I think if we compared it to actual Mudang, it's a bit disproportionate, but I'm happy with it. He looks really long. Like, I feel like he should be rounder. But it's a bit too late to fill him up some more now, so I'll figure it out. Yeah. It is the day. I have a day off today, so that means it is time to bring my ginormous Pesto Plushie. Hold on, let me just make it face. Pesto Plushie to the aquarium and see the real thing and how it compares. Obviously the real thing's gonna be better, but yeah. I just wanted to point out though, oh gosh, hold on. This is a whole huge tote bag. He's still sticking out. I feel like it's gonna look as if I'm trying to smuggle something into the aquarium. I swear I'm not though. Anyways, this is afternoon now. I spent the whole morning sleeping in a little because I got a day off, and day offs are great. But now it's afternoon, so I need to get lunch. And gosh, sorry if the camera's so wobbly. I'm holding it in my hand. I'm gonna go get lunch and then just go straight to the aquarium. So hopefully this doesn't take all day. I will feel weird carrying this around though. It's like a purse dog, but a purse penguin. Arguably better. And for a little additional fun, I saw the actual Pesto plush they were selling and then compared it to mine. Fake Pesto and I have returned from the aquarium. It was a fun day. Gosh, it's so soft. I would consider today a success. I took a bunch, as you can see, I took a bunch of videos and photos of Pesto at the aquarium. I think he had fun. And I got a lot of compliments from people about my Pesto plush, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna post it on my social medias and then tag the aquarium, because I did get comments from a couple of staff members to tag the aquarium if I post anything so that they can repost it, because a lot of them took notice and it makes me feel good. I'm still that kid who needs validation from others. Anyways, yeah. No, thank you everyone for joining me on me and Fake Pesto's journey to the aquarium. And if you guys make Pesto plushes too, I'd love to see them. And oh yeah, also I should mention, Pesto is losing his down feathers, so if anyone in Melbourne or Australia wants to see him, do it before the end of this month, because according to the staff members, he's gonna lose all his baby feathers soon by the end of this month. So if you can, and if you want to, stop by and say hi to the real Pesto. Alright, bye. Thank you for watching.